am Setna and today's topic is about books. So I'm going to be talking about 3 books I really like. Since I was little, I really liked reading, and my father would bring me these little short stories and I will finish them really fast. So I grew up with the habit of reading, which I think is really important. The first one, it is called Eleanor and Park. It's by Rainbow Rowell. She's one of my favorite writers. This is a love story about 2 teenagers in the 80s, and it's so intense, but it's so, they're both so awkward and they're outcasters, and they got along really well, and yeah, I love that one book. I read it first when I was in 10th grade. Actually, I was 13, 14, so yeah, I read it about that time. The second one is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. It is not a love story as many people have thought over time. Lolita is not, and it has never been, a love story. The Vladimir Nabokov, he said in an interview that Humbert Humbert, which is the protagonist of this book, was the one who took Lolita, abused of her. This is a story about how a man in his 40s manipulates a little girl who's 12 years old. And there's also a movie about this, but in the movie the girl is 14, but in the book the girl is 12, and it is kind of weird that people think that this is a love story when actually he's the one manipulating her. And I'm not going to spoil the book or anything, but the grace, the highlight of this book, the reason I really like it is because it is so well written. The book itself is poetry, it's a whole poetry, and I really like it because of that. And the last one, which I also own it, but I let someone from my family borrow the next book and they haven't given it back to me, so I'm just going to put the picture in here. It is called A Clockwork Orange. There's also a movie about this book. It's a dystopian satirical black comedy book, and there's also a movie about this directed by one of my favorite directors in cinema, which is Stanley Kubrick. And it was really well portrayed, and I think that this book is about how men perceives evil and how they needed to live. If we lived in a perfect world where no one could do bad things, no one could steal or do whatever they would, we wouldn't be free. It wouldn't be a man, it would be a machine. That's the part, that's the plot of this book basically. And that's it. That would be it. Thank you for listening and see you next week. Bye.